2-2. Strike 3. And that is the ball game. Warhawks won. Get the win this afternoon here at the Hospital Ball Field by a final count of 4-3. And we welcome you to the Hospital Ball Field here in beautiful Kahnawake on this overcast 23-degree day. Let's go PeeWee action. It's the Kahnawake Warhawks hosting the Chateauguay Blue Sox, or Red Sox Blue if you prefer. Blue Sox, only 7 players prior. It looks like they have gotten the 8th, and there's a good chop fouled right by the first baseline. Warhawks won, of course, their last game that we had for you on BBM, a narrow 4-3 win against the Warhawks 2, hoping to change the narrative in terms of getting hits, and there's a foul straight back 0-2. But of course, they were still able to win, and they won because of their patience, and they won because of getting plunked by pitches. Here's the 0-2, and that's in the dirt to Jacques Lajeunesse, who's leading off here in the top of the first inning. And of course the pitcher, Carter Snow, with a 1-2, misses upstairs and nearly plunked Lajeunesse. It comes to 2-2. Lexi Leclerc playing third. At short we have Gabriel, and this one is foul tipped. Kahnawake Gabriel playing short. Thompson over at first, and here's the 2-2 delivery. Is low, and that loads the count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat already. Snow winds and delivers, and that one chopped into short, scooped up and snared by Gabriel, who makes the catch at short for the first out of the inning. That's a line out, and now Samuel Mainville, the lefty, will come up. Blue Sox short because of the construction holidays, which of course are in full swing. Our third broadcast of baseball this year, and there's strike 1 from Carter Snow. Warhawks 1. Of course, there's 2 PeeWee Warhawks teams in this B division. The 0-1 misses up high. It's 1-1. Manville, the left-handed batter. And that one hit well to second base. Picked up. The throw to first is in time. 4-3 on the putout, and that will make it out number 2 of the inning. And now Massimo Sabelli will come in to bat. Good play at second by James Stacy. Now Sabelli stepping in, trying to get his team in business here in the top of the first. Takes the ball upstairs, 1-0 from Carter Snow. He's gotten the first 2 outs of this first inning. Trying to get out number 3 as the 1-0. Hit well, scooped up by Lexi Leclerc. The throw to first. Safe. Good hustle by Sabelli. He beats it out. What a stop by Lexi Leclerc at third base. And now that puts a runner on first for the Blue Sox, and Jose Galindo steps in against Carter Snow. What a stop at third. That one's low, ball 1. Daly Lazar in left field. Jackson Norton in center. Callan Stacy in right, the 1-0. Good pitch, and that is a strike 1 on Galindo. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, a runner on first here in the top of the first. Between the Blue Sox and the Warhawks 1. The 1-1. On the ground to third, scooped up by Lexi Leclerc. The throw over the head of the second baseman. And they're going to hold him at second, so runners on first and second. This goes over the head of James Stacy. Good hustle and a good play again at third by Lexi Leclerc, who's been really busy here. 2 outs, 2 on now, and it's Simon coming in. Ludovic Simon takes the ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strike, as they say with 2 outs, any base right now. Here's the pitch from Snow. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Blue Sox get 2 hits with 2 outs on. And that is strike 1. And the ball gets away, and the runners each advance. So that takes the force play away. Now basically you want to get that play to first base if you are the Warhawks. Here's the 1-1. That's strike 2. Good pitch from Carter Snow. Trying to get a big strikeout here. The 1-2. Sails over the strike zone, but not on the exact length that you'd want it to be, or at least the same height, so it's 2-2. And that is strike 3. Big strikeout from Carter Snow to end the top of the first inning. We're coming back with the bottom of the first. Due up Lexi Leclerc, Jackson Norton, and Sago Nigardawas. Daibo Chateauguay Blue Sox 0. Kahnawake Warhawks 1 coming up to bat. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We're back. We are back here with the bottom of the first inning. Warhawks 1 taking on the Chateauguay Blue Sox in PeeWee B baseball. Samuel Mainville taking the mound for the Blue Sox, facing a lineup which sees Lexi Leclerc, who takes strike 1. Jackson Norton and Sago Nigardawas Daibo leading off the Warhawks lineup. Leclerc hits this one foul, and immediately Mainville has the upper hand as the count now 0-2. Blue Sox got 2 hits in the top of the first, couldn't make any runs out of it. And Lexi Leclerc is called out on 3 strikes, and that is out number 1. And Mainville gets a big strikeout here. Now Jackson Norton comes in. Ball 1 misses to Jackson Norton. Blue Sox short here. Only 7 players as mentioned. I believe 8 now, so that one sails over the strike zone, but literally over. It's 2-0. Callan Stacy coming in on the on-deck circle after. 2-1. Sago Nigardawas Daibo due up to bat next, according to my lineup sheet. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 is on the way. Here's the windup and the pitch. That is in there, called second strike, and now it's a full count. 3-2. Mainville looks, winds, fires. Ball 4, and Norton draws a walk here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Sago Nigardawas Daibo coming up to bat. And Daibo was clutch the other day. He went 1 for 2, but had a triple and scored a run in that 4-3 win over the Warhawks too. Mainville pitches, and Daibo takes a good cut. The ball gets away, and Norton is into second with a stolen base. It's a big difference between PeeWee and Mosquito. And that is a good cut, but a miss by Daibo. It's 0-2, and Mainville's got the upper hand in this at-bat. Another righty coming up after this, it'll be Cal and Stacy who's on deck. The 0-2. Skied high, and that's going to land fair. Norton on his horse, thrown in by Nathan Markey. And the throw won't be there in time. It's 1-0 Warhawks as they open the scoring. Sogo Nigradawis Daibo with a bloop double. And the Warhawks lead at 1-0 as Cal and Stacy will step in here. Mainville's pitch. Ball 1. And you have to wonder maybe if the Blue Sox were able to have another player to get someone in right field, if that play would have been caught. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, 2-0. Sogo Nigradawis Daibo on second base. Here's the 2-0. And that ball sails outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Hitters count here for Cal and Stacy. 1-0 lead for the Warhawks. And that is ball 4. It's a walk, and now Kahnawake, Gabriel will come in. Hey. Oh, sorry. I couldn't help but notice somebody said hi to me. I'm filming from the right side, bear in mind, so everyone that's coming onto Dekakwita Island can say hi as Gabriel swings and misses at strike 1. It's 0-1. 1-0 lead for the Warhawks. 1 on top of the Blue Sox. 1 out. 2 runners on, and this one's fouled back. And for the 3rd time this inning, Mainville is up 0-2. He struck out the first batter, but then Daibo with that bloop double is what the difference is in the game. 1-0. That one sails away. Sogo Nigradawis was coming to third base, and he will get in there. Runners now on the corners. Stacy on first. There you see Sogo Nigradawis swiping third, so a sac fly could presumably get run number 2. That's going to be more than a sac fly. It looks like it gets free. This is trouble. Simo throws it back in. Stacy on his horse will get to third. And it is an RBI double for Gabriel. And it's 2-0 Warhawks. Well, then Sansariosta Thompson will step in. 2-0 lead Warhawks. And there's a good pitch from Mainville. Strike 1. Paints the inside corner. That one fouled back. It's 0-2. Mainville's got another batter right where he wants them. The 0-2. That sails outside. It's 1-2. 2-0 Warhawks leading. James Stacy on the on-deck circle. The 1-2 delivery on the way. Here it is. And that is strike 3. Clutch strikeout there for Mainville. And now it's Stacy who comes in. 2 down. And James Stacy steps into the batter's box. Runners on second and third. That's strike 1. Good pitch. 0-1. To Stacy. And Stacy has to dodge that one. It levels the count at 1-1. Chateauguay Blue Sox, Kahnawake Warhawks 1 here on Baby Blue Memories. Thursday night baseball for a second time this year. Maybe the tradition will continue throughout. The 1-2. Outside. Cal and Stacy on third. Gabriel on second. The windup and the pitch. Strike 2. Jumped ahead of myself there. This now makes the count 2-2. Big opportunity for Mainville here. The 2-2. And that misses. It's 3-2. And a full count. Cade Stacy on the on-deck circle. This the ninth hitter in the lineup so far for the Warhawks this first inning. 2-0 lead for Kahnawake. A wind-up in the pitch. Strike 3, a huge strikeout. Stacy is fanned. Sorry, I miscalculated there. That was actually the 7th batter of the first inning. Warhawks scored 2. They lead the Chateauguay Blue Sox 2-0. Due up to bat. Nathan Markey, Adrian Loomer, and La Jeunesse. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We're coming back with the top of the second. Welcome you back with the top of the second inning here at the Hospital Ball Field in Kahnawake. Thursday evening, Warhawks won on top of the Chateauguay Blue Sox by a score of 2-0. Carter Snow still in there facing Nathan Markey. Warhawks 1-0-1. They tied their first game in Chateauguay 7-7. Of course, a 4-3 win last week over the Warhawks 2. That sails over the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Snow gets a good pitch here on Markey, and that makes the count 2 balls and a strike. Markey, Loomer, and La Jeunesse coming up here in the top of the second for the Blue Sox. And that's fouled back. Good contact. However, that makes it a 2-2 count. And the sun is coming back out and getting it to left field. Left fielder Cade Stacy, I know, not a big fan of that. And this one's popped out. And the ball is in there. Safe at first is Markey on the pop single. And now Loomer comes up for the Blue Sox. 2-0. The sun comes back out, and maybe that might be the rally cry for the Blue Sox. Loomer grounds this one to short. It hops off of Gabriel. And the throw gets it to right field. They throw it to second. And second and third now are the runners. And now La Jeunesse comes in 0 for 1, lined out back in the first inning. 2-0 lead for the Warhawks. And that's ball 1. Chateauguay knocking on the door to score a run here, down by a score of 2-0. They had 2 runners on in the first. And this one is hit high and fouled back. That is strike 1. As the catcher, Leclerc, was unable to get there. Sorry, Thomas is catching. Leclerc at third. That sails over. Not in the strike zone, however. Leclerc at third, Thompson at catching. And that is strike 2 from the pitcher, Carter Snow. James Stacy at second. Gabriel at short. Here's a pitch. That is a ball. I think that loads the count, actually. 3-2. 2-0 lead for the Warhawks. Chateauguay trying to get a run. That is ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. No outs. Now Mainville, the pitcher, steps in. He grounded out back in the first and takes a good shot here. Misses strike 1. pitcher on pitcher here. Warhawks 2, Blue Sox no score. Strike 2, good pitch. This would be really key if Snow can get the K. Here's the 0-2. That one misses, ball 1. Good catch there behind the bag by Thompson. Bases loaded for the Blue Sox. Here's the 1-2 delivery. On the ground, right to Snow. The throw to first misses and goes back behind the bag. Now Loomer on his way home. And the Blue Sox are on the board. 1 crosses. All right, 2 cross. And it's all tied up now, 2-2. And now Sabelli steps in. And that's a solid shot right into the left field. Knocked down. They throw. And the Blue Sox have taken the lead with a 3-run rally. So Sabelli with the single. And now Galindo steps in. And he hits this one on the ground. Caught by Carter Snow. Throw to second, 1 out. The throw to first, 2 outs. They get the double play. And that is the second out. Double play. Runner on third for the Blue Sox. Good double play, big double play right there as Ludovic Simon steps in, takes the ball. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Play is at first as you hear the second baseman, James Stacy, call it. That ball misses, 2-0. 3-2 now for the Blue Sox here in the top of the second. So they've come back to take the lead. That one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And now Ronnie Stacy, the head coach of this team, comes out, gives a little piece of advice to his pitcher. 3 balls, no strikes from Carter Snow. Pitcher batter friendly count here. There's the windup and the 3-0. Strike 1. Can't say that Simon did not want that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. This is the 7th batter of the inning for the Blue Sox, so they've batted through the lineup if they get to the next batter. That's strike 2, and Snow back in the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This would be a huge K if Carter could get it. That double play was clutch. The 3-2 delivery is outside, ball 4, and the Blue Sox are in business with a runner on first and third. And now Markey steps back into bat. 1 for 1, singled and scored earlier this inning. Blue Sox 3, Warhawks 1-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. Hit fair and into right field. That's going to score 1. And the runner's going to head to third, the lead runner. And he gets there. And it is now 4-2 Blue Sox. So 4-2 Blue Sox as Simon scores. And that misses to Adrian Loomer. 1-for-1 single that scored earlier this inning. 4-2 lead Blue Sox. And that one misses the strike zone, 2-0. Four-2 lead for the Blue Sox, playing short-handed today, but they've scored 4 here in the second. And that one comes short of the plate. 3 balls, 0 strikes, and 3 balls, 0 strikes. Here's the pitch from Loomer to Loomer. Hit to third, scooped up at second. The throw from LeClaire in time. So Blue Sox score 4. Could have been worse though. It's 4-2. We're coming back. Warhawks down by a couple. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. All right, here we are with the bottom of the second. The Blue Sox of Chateauguay on top of the Kahnawake Warhawks won 4-2. Cade Stacy stepping in, takes ball 1. So Stacy, Lazar, and Snow, the 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. Warhawks scored 2 in the bottom of the first, but then gave up 4 in the top of the second. And that is strike 1 as Mainville comes back in for his second inning of work on the mound. Here's the pitch. And as you can tell, some relief setting in here on the left side of the field as the sun has disappeared behind a rain cloud, sparing us from its glare. And that's strike 2. Good pitch from Mainville. It's a 2-2 count. Here's the windup for Mainville and the delivery. That misses, and that will load the count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mainville sets. And here's the full count offer. Ball 4, it misses, and Stacy is aboard here in the second. And now Daly Lazar will step into bat for the Warhawks. Good job by Cade drawing a walk. The Warhawks with their 3rd walk of the game. So it's a righty against the left-handed bat. And the pitch. Strike 1. Lazar doesn't offer at that pitch. It's 0-1. Thursday night baseball here at Maddie's Park. That was last week. Here at the Hospital Ball Field, the 0-1. 1-1 now the count. Seen a couple of residents at the nearby Academy Memorial Hospital Center taking in this game from their balcony. About 500 feet away from home plate, and there's strike 2 as Lazar watches the second strike go by him. 1-2. Mainville sets and delivers the 1-2. That's strike 3, and it's a strikeout, the 4th of the game for Mainville, and that makes it 1 on and 1 out. Carter Snow now comes in for the Warhawks. That one sails out of the strike zone, 1-0. There you see the 2 Blue Sox outfielders basically playing a zone, so to speak. One covers one side of the field, the other covers the other, and the ball goes behind. And the runner will go to second. And that was close. Cade Stacy nearly got picked. 2-0. Runner on second. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Strike one, it's in there. Tell you what, Markey has to play with kind of his head on a swivel because he's basically short and third. And that one sails out of the strike zone, ball 3. So what he must be worried about is not only the ball being hit in the middle of the field, but also him having to come back and cover third if there's a force play there. Fouled back, and that's strike 2. It loads the count. Mainville has been absolute money here when the count's been full. We'll see what he does here on this full count offering. The windup and the pitch. Ball 4 misses. And Snow has drawn a walk. And now back to the top of the lineup with Lexi LeClaire. She's 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. One down, runners on first and second. The lead run at home now, and it's Lexi LeClaire trying to get the better of Mainville this time around. The pitch. Ball 1. 4-2 lead for the Chateauguay Blue Sox. Warhawks trying to threaten. That's in the dirt, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That is going to miss, and it's 3-0. To LeClaire. Jackson Norton on the on-deck circle. He walked back in the first. That misses. That's ball 4 anyway, so everyone's going to advance here. And it loads the bases for Jackson Norton. A walk here would score a run. Bases loaded, 1 down, and the Warhawks are in business. We'll see if business is good. Mainville sets, and here's the pitch. There you see that's the first baseman for the Blue Sox, so taking a big lead. If Jackson can hit this one opposite way, this could be trouble. The 0-1 in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Sogo Nigurawis Daibo on the on-deck circle for the Warhawks. Here's the 1-1 to Jackson Norton on the way. The pitch. Ball 2. 2-1. And Daibo, who's actually catching now, has to get out of his gear and get to the on-deck circle. The 2-1. Good cut, but he misses, and it's now 2-2. Mainville winding up here. The 2-2. Ball 3, and it's a full count with the bases loaded. 1 out here. If that ball is hit in the air, you cannot run if you're a Warhawk. The full count offering misses, and that is a force a run in. It's an RBI base on balls for Jackson Norton. He'll take it. And it's the 4th free pass issued by Mainville in this inning. It's 4-3, and now Sogo Nigurdawis Daibo steps in. He doubled and drove a run in back in the first. 4-3 Blue Sox leading. Here's the pitch. And that one nearly hit him. One ball, no strikes to Sogo Nigurdawis Daibo, who digs in at the 1-0. That one goes by him. It's strike 1. Even count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he nearly got plunked by that pitch as well. It's 2-1. This is when fatigue usually sets in on a pitcher. We've seen it in the last inning with Snow. Having to go 2 full innings at this level especially is really difficult. And there's a shot to right. It gets through and back to right field. Loomer on his horse. That one was hit real hard. Loomer throws it back into short. Good throw. And now they got a runner trapped at third. The throw to third. It's not going to go. Daibo's got to go back. And it is a bases clearing triple for Sagonigarawis Daibo, and a huge one there. So he's 2 for 2. Cal and Stacy batting now. Ball 1. And that was a shot that was hit really hard on a rope. No chance really for Loomer on that one. It was hit to his right. If he was catching with his right hand, I think it would have been better off for him, but he had to go in front of his own face and run down a ball that was literally roped into left field. Good piece of hitting there by Daibo. He went opposite way on that one too. Ball 3, 3-0. Alex McCumber and 6-footer used to tell me, if you can hit that ball opposite field, that makes you that much more special as a ball player. And that one misses. It's 4 balls on Cal and Stacy, and he's now aboard. And Rasandahawe, Gabriel, will step in to the batter's box. He doubled back in the first inning. Also drove in a run. 6-4 lead for the Warhawks. 2 runners on. And that is strike 1, 0-1. Good cut there by Gabriel, but he wasn't able to make contact. It's 0-1. Mainville sets in. And that makes it a 1-1 count. 6-4 Warhawks on top of the Blue Sox. Here in the bottom of the second inning at the Hospital Ball Field. The 1-1 misses, and it makes it a 2-1 count. Mainville sets. The 2-1. Good cut. Big cut by Gabriel. I think 7 runs is the max that you could get at this level, and he was going for all 7 right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mainville sets. And that one's hit in the dirt to second, knocked down. They're going to get the 4. Stacy tagged out, but 1 run does score. It basically is a fielder's choice sacrifice. Daibo scores. Stacy forced out, 2 away. And that is the max. Yep, 5 runs have been reached. Warhawks lead 7-4. We're coming back with the top of the third. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. Welcome back to the Hospital Ball Field. Top of the third inning. The once dominant sunshine has now been replaced with some clouds. No worries though, because here in left field at the Hospital Ball Field, the sun's rays were potent. I'm sure neither me nor Daly Lazard, the left fielder, are complaining all that much about that sun being erased from the surface. Stepping into the batter's box is the leadoff hitter. That is Jack Lejeunesse, and he takes strike 1. And we've got a new pitcher. After 2 innings of work, Snow is out and Gabriel is in. Suroit Sandahawe, Gabriel coming in here in the top of the third inning. And that one misses. 7-4 Warhawks. They maxed out in that bottom of the second. That fell back. Good cut. You see the home plate umpire standing behind the pitcher, maintaining the social distancing. And that one is in the dirt, making this, I believe, a 3-1 count. And that is in there. No, it misses, sorry. Inside, I meant to say, and that will load things up. Ball 4 on Lajeunesse, his second base on balls. Sorry, that was a strike 3. So 1 down. Gabriel misses on Samuel Mainville. Mainville with a big hit back in the second and nearly gets plunked here. 7-4 Warhawks, 1 out. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch from Gabriel. That one is swung on and missed. Interesting to see here because the right fielder for the Warhawks is really not hogging the line like you would expect. And that is ball 4, by the way, on Mainville, so he's aboard. And here's Sabelli, the most consistent Blue Sox batter in this game. 2 for 2, 2 singles. That's in there for strike 1 from Gabriel. 1 out. Runner on first base. 7-4 Warhawks leading the Blue Sox of Chateauguay. That's in there. Good pitch from Gabriel at strike 2. Gabriel sets. And the 0-2 delivery. And that one misses. You could hear this. You could hear the sound of that pitch and see some smoke behind the ball, but all for naught if it misses, and that makes it 1-2. 7-4, Warhawks on top, and that's going to miss, and that's going to allow the runner, Mainville, to take off, and he's in at second base with a stolen base. So Mainville, with a good hustle play, takes away the double play possibility. And meanwhile, back at home, Sabelli trying to fight back in the count. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's it, ball 4. Runners on the corners now for the Blue Sox. As Mainville goes to third, stealing the bag. No one was covering third, unfortunately, for the Warhawks, but that's something you're allowed to do. Strike 1. That's something you're allowed to do, is you can steal another base if there's no one in front of you on a walk. And that's exactly what Mainville did right there. Here's the pitch from Gabriel. On the ground to short. Picked up. The throw to second, 1 out. The throw back to first is going to miss. 1 run scores for the Blue Sox. And that will get a runner over to second base. So they get the force originally at second. Mainville scores. It's 7-5, and here comes Ludovic Simon. He has struck out and walked and scored a run. 2 outs, 7-5, the tying run at home. The pitch. He's at home plate right now, but he wants to go the full 360 feet. There's a runner 180 feet away over at second base. Here's the pitch. That misses. Ball 3 now, 3 balls and no strikes to Simo. His patience drew a walk back in the second inning. And he takes strike 1 here, 3 balls and a strike. Good pitch there by Gabriel as he lets that one settle into the strike zone. He winds up the 3-1. Is outside, ball 4. Now they're going to try it again. The throw to third. Oh, he gets away. And a good recovery in right field by Lazar to prevent a run from scoring. The bases are loaded. Markey steps in. He is 2 for 2 in the game, singled and scored and has also doubled. And a check swing, tapped to second base. And they tag him out. Simo tagged out. It's a fielder's choice, but it will not score a run. So the Warhawks are coming back with the bottom of the third, and they will see Thompson, James, and Cade Stacy swinging with the Warhawks on top. 7-5 are coming back with the bottom of the third. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. We welcome you back to the hospital ball field in Kahnawake. Overcast conditions, 7-5 lead for the Warhawks, 1 over the Chateauguay Blue Sox, bottom of the third inning. And I believe a new pitcher will be in there for the Blue Sox. Just waiting to see who's coming up to the mound. Mainville has pitched the first 2 innings. And it looks like Markey might be stepping in there to pitch the third inning. You see the new pitcher, who is actually Galindo, 49. So Jose Galindo will get his first inning of work. And he will face a lineup which features Thompson, Stacy, and Stacy. So James and Cade. What that sounds to Justa Thompson will start this one off, followed by James Stacy and Cade Stacy. 7-5 lead, Warhawks, bottom of the third inning. Here on Thursday Night Baseball on Baby Blue Memories, hoping to have this going on all season long. So Galindo gets loose. It reminds us to let you know that if you like what you see, please click like on the video, subscribe, and also if you are interested in possibly filming your games, as we are back here where it's not necessarily normal, but we do have some sports. Opening night in MLB is actually going on right now as the World Series champion Nationals are playing against the Yankees. Call us up, 514-794-5434, and here comes Thompson facing Galindo. Thompson struck out back in the first inning. So you see with the Blue Sox short a couple of players, they had to take 1 out of the infield, 1 out of the outfield. So there's 2 outfielders and 3 infielders. So basically there is no second baseman if it's a right-handed batter, and there's no shortstop if it's a left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And that one swung on and missed by Thompson, maybe chasing something a little high. Got to tone it down, look at something in the strike zone, something good. That's a ball. Unless you're Vladimir Guerrero, if you remember him, the great player for the Montreal Expos, nothing was outside of his strike zone. I'm sure. Sorry about that. We just had a malfunction with our camera, but the Warhawks do have a runner on. It is a walk, which was issued out to Thompson, and look out! Right by us. James Stacy We apologize for that. We've been having some issues with our camera here in this inning, but the Warhawks now have runners on first and second on the walk, issued to James Stacy. So 2 walks for the Warhawks to try and get back into this one with Cade Stacy due up to bat. So 2 runners on, no outs. Kahnawake leading the Chateauguay Blue Sox by a score of 7-5. And here's the pitch. That is in there. It's a called strike on Stacy. 7-5 Warhawks, 1 on top of the Chateauguay Blue Sox here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And here is the windup. Galindo looks, waits, sets, and delivers here. That one sails upstairs. It's a ball from Galindo. 1-1. Daly Lazar on the on-deck circle for Kahnawake. There's the 1-1. That misses. It's 2-1. Warhawks 7, Blue Sox 5 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's in there, and that is a called strike. So Stacy has watched 4 pitches go by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's 2-2. No outs. Galindo trying to get a huge out for the Blue Sox. Not going to do it with that one. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the count is full. Here on Stacy. The 3-2 is in the dirt, and now the bases are full for the Warhawks. Thompson at third, James Stacy at second, Cade Stacy at first, Daly Lazar at home trying to get 3 runners in for the Warhawks, or at least 1. Kahnawake leading 7-5 here against the Chateauguay Blue Sox. Here's the pitch. That one sails upstairs, 1-0 on Daly Lazar. 3 bases on balls. That's one thing that, even though the Warhawks in their last game only got 3 hits, they drew 7 walks and 3 hit by pitches. And that's in there, called strike. It's 1-1. So this Kahnawake lineup, even though they may not have gotten the pure slugging percentage numbers, small ball worked in that last game, and so far it's been doing a good job today as this one's fouled back. Even though, of course, Sago Nigorawis Daibo has those 2 extra base hits. Gabriel as well with a double and a couple of runs driven in today, including the run that put a 5 spot up in the last inning. Here's the pitch. That's going to load the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Daly Lazar. Galindo facing the full count. Here's the pitch. That one skied up in the air. And it's caught by Galindo. And that is the first out of the inning. Nobody goes anywhere on the pop fly. 7-5. 1 down. And now here comes Carter Snow. Drew a walk, had scored a run back in the first. Or the second, sorry. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. Kahnawake Warhawks, number 1, of course, leading 7-5 over the Blue Sox of Chateauguay. The 1-0. That's in there, a called strike, 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, Lexi LeClaire on the on-deck circle for Kahnawake. Here's Galindo's pitch. On the ground to third, and it gets through! Out to left field. 1 run scores, and Barry Dibel's going to hold the man at first. It's an RBI single for Carter Snow, and the bases are still loaded for the Warhawks. And now the top of the lineup for Kahnawake due up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lexi LeClaire with Jackson Norton on the on-deck circle. 8-5 now is the score, Kahnawake leading. That's ball 1. Warhawks and the Blue Sox of Chateauguay. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0. That's not on. It's 2 balls, 0 strikes. But the last inning is the open inning, so while you're only allowed 5 in every other inning, you can score as many as you want in the final inning of the game. Ball 3. As Galindo misses the target, and it's 3 balls, 0 strikes. 1 out. Warhawks number 1 leading the Blue Sox 8-5. Here's the pitch. That's in there, strike 1 on LeClaire. Sabelli, the 3rd baseman. And there you see James Stacy on 3rd base, hoping to get home. The 3-1. And he's going to come home here on the bases loaded walk issued to Lexi LeClaire. So a runner scores, Snow advances a 2nd, Kate Stacy advances a 3rd, Lexi LeClaire on 1st, and now Jackson Norton in the batter's box. 9-5 lead for the Warhawks. That's going to miss. It's 1-0. 9-5 Warhawks on top of the Chateauguay Blue Sox. Shore-handed team today. Giving it a valiant effort, however. Here's the pitch. Missing. And again, we've seen in the first, Mainville at times on the mound look dominant. But unfortunately, after 2 innings here at this level, the arm can only take so much. That one misses on Norton. Two balls on Jackson Norton, no strikes. 1 out, bases loaded. That's in there, strike 1. That's got to feel good for Galindo. It's going to make the next pitch, I feel, even easier. He's just got to tell himself, 1 more like that. 2 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded, 1 out. Warhawks 9, Chateauguay 5. And that's strike 2. Maybe it does make it a little easier. Now Galindo just got Jackson chasing something outside the strike zone. Two balls, 2 strikes. Galindo winds, sets, and delivers the pitch. Strike 3, and he comes back to get Norton. 2 outs, and here comes Sogo Nigarawis Daibo, 2 for 2. Doubled and drove in a run, tripled and drove in 3 runs. So he's got 4 RBIs on the day. Trying to add to it here. He's got another bases loaded opportunity. He's a left-handed batting player. On the ground, it gets through! Knocked down by the left fielder Loomer, sorry. It does drive in a run, and he has his 5th RBI of the day. He's a home run away from the cycle, because everyone at this level obviously keeps track of that. And that makes it a 10 spot for the Warhawks. 10-5, Kahnawake leading. 2 outs, and Callan Stacy steps in. 2 walks on the game. That's a ball. (10-5) Warhawks leading the Chateauguay Blue Sox. 3 runs in this inning for Kahnawake. Here's the pitch. That's in there. 1-1. Kahnawake Warhawks, Chateauguay Blue Sox. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the pitch from Galindo. Ball 2. The 2-1 on the way from Galindo. That's strike 2. Good pitch, good swing. And Galindo potentially 1 strike away from getting out of this jam with this team still within striking distance. Warhawks could score another 2. 10-5, Kahnawake leading. The 2-2. Ball 3, and it loads the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And again, with the bases loaded, a walk is an RBI. The pitch. Ball 4. So Stacy will take his base. It's an RBI, base on balls. And the Warhawks up the lead to 11-5. 11-5. Warhawks on top. And that is the 4th run. So with 2 outs and the bases loaded and 4 runs reached, this will be the last batter of the inning regardless. Kahnawake Gabriel, who is 1 for 2, doubled and then hit it to a fielder's choice, which drove in a run. 11-5 Warhawks. Loomer, Lejeunesse, and Mainville due up in the Chateauguay half of the 4th, or the top of the 4th inning for the Blue Sox. The 1-0. Oh, was Gabriel going? He was trying to make sure that ball went into the Kahnawake Hospital. About 400 plus feet away down the line and left. 1-1. And that's fouled back. It makes it a 1-2 count, and now the sun slowly peeking over the horizon, blinding who's ever in center field. Jackson Norton or Callan Stacy, good luck in the next inning. The pitch misses. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 11-5 lead for the Warhawks on top of the Blue Sox. The windup. And here's the 2-2. That sails outside the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this, unless it's a foul ball, will be the last pitch of the at-bat and the last pitch of the inning. Warhawks trying to get a 5 spot for a 2nd consecutive. They have 4 in this inning. They lead at 11-5. The 3-2 in the dirt, and that is the 5th run of the inning. It's an RBI walk for Gabriel. And the Warhawks up the lead to 12-5. We're coming back with the top of the 4th. As we mentioned, due up. Loomer, Lejeunesse, Mainville. You're watching Baby Blue Memories. Here we come with the top of the 4th inning. The Kahnawake Warhawks 1 on top of the Chateauguay Blue Sox by a score of 12-5. And I believe this will be the last inning unless the Blue Sox can put up a 7 spot, as it's their chance because of the fact that I believe it is the open inning. Gabriel comes in for his second inning of work, facing a lineup of Loomer, La Jeunesse, and Mainville. LeClaire at third, Callan at short, James Stacy on second, Thompson over at first, Sagunigodao with Daibo catching. Ball one here to Nathan Markey, or sorry, Loomer. The 1-0 delivery. And there's a check swing right to first. No one covering first. And he beat, no, they got him. One out. That was Markey who, one out. It was Markey that grounded into that play. Ball one. Stacy, or sorry, Gabriel setting against Loomer. That's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Warhawks have put up 12. They lead this one 12-5 against the Blue Sox. And the Warhawks have gone on a 10-1 run since the score was 4-2 at the end of the top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. There's a check swing, call the strike. And it makes it 2-2. Gabriel's pitch. That misses, and it loads the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gabriel sets. Here's the pitch. That's ball 4, and a good job by Loomer to draw a walk. And now La Jeunesse comes in. He lined out in the first to a walk in the second and struck out back in the third. Oh, it nearly gets plunked here. 1 ball, 0 strikes. Warhawks 12, Chateauguay Blue Sox 5. 1 out, 1 on. That's strike 1. Daly Lazar in left, Jackson Norton in center. And it looks like Cade Stacy has gone into right. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a runner on first, 1 out. That's strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Gabriel here on La Jeunesse. 2-2. Strike 3 call, 2 down. And now stepping into bat is Mainville. The last hope for the Blue Sox maybe in this game, as they actually call it based on how much time, the time of the day versus the amount of innings. Of course, that'll change come playoff time. That's strike 1. And the time is 7:50 right now. That's strike 2. And Gabriel 1 strike away from possibly ending this, as there would be 10 minutes of game time left, and the Warhawks obviously don't need to come up to bat. Missing. Ball one. One ball, two strikes. That's strike three. Gabriel blows it by him, and I think that is going to do it. Unless the Warhawks are coming up to bat, which is why we're not going to take a pause. And oh, okay, it looks like we're coming back with the bottom of the fourth. The Warhawks won on top of the Chateauguay Blue Sox by a score of 12-5. Due up for the Warhawks: Thompson, Stacy, and Stacy. Well, welcome back to the Hospital Ball Field. Bottom of the fourth inning, open inning for the Warhawks. Needing 3 runs to win via submission mercy rule. 12-5. They lead the Chateauguay Blue Sox. And Thompson fouls this one back. Oh, no! Oh! There you see Lee Snow running for his life, making sure his truck is unscathed. Strike one. That's why I park my car on the other side of the filtration plant here at the Hospital Ball Field. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, that's going to stale upstairs and level the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So if the Warhawks are able to get the win here, they would improve to 2-0-1. It's a 7-7 tie in their first game. And that's a ball. By the way, the Warhawks sending out Thompson, who's batting right now, and then 2 Stacys. And Thompson swinging and missing at some stuff which may have been outside the strike zone. It evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's the last game for the Warhawks until next week. They will not be playing this week after tonight. The 2-2 is in the dirt, and that loads the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Galindo in his second inning of work trying to get the K on Thompson. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He sets, and he'll deliver here. That's strike 3, so Galindo fans Thompson for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes James Stacy, 0 for 1. Struck out back in the first, walked and scored a run in his last at-bat, as the Warhawks lead 12-5, nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning against the Chateauguay Blue Sox. And it's a left-handed hitter, so the switch is on, and there's a strike on Stacy. First baseman hogging the line, that's Loomer. And then the outfielders, as you can see, as there's only 2, basically shifting to left and center right. Center left and right on the left-handed hitting Stacy. And he fouls this one back, and Galindo's got himself a pitcher's count at 0-2. Looks like Jackson Norton warming up in the Warhawks bullpen. So maybe if the next inning arises, Norton will be going for the save, quote unquote. And Stacy looks at a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Galindo. That's low and in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Warhawks 12, Blue Sox 5 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that one chopped in the dirt, but foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. And ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, a full count on Stacy. It's a full count. Galindo sets, and here's the pitch. That's ball 4, and James Stacy's aboard with a walk, 1 out, and a runner on first now for the Warhawks as Cade Stacy steps in. He has 2 walks in this game. Scored twice. There's a pitch. That's strike 1 on Cade. Galindo sets and delivers the second pitch of the at-bat. That's in there, strike 2. Cade Stacy down 0-2. Actually, this is very similar to the last time he was up. It was 0-2, but fought his way back and drew a walk. Takes ball 1, and now a runner going to second. Stolen base for James Stacy. As Galindo winds up. And now we'll wheel and deal. Just missed, 2-2. The windup, the 2-2. In the dirt. Stacy advancing to third. So James Stacy now on third. The windup and the pitch. It is ball 4, and Cade Stacy draws a walk for the third time today. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and Daly Lazar will step in. He struck out back in the second and popped out in his last at-bat. So 0 for 2. Now on the ground to first. Good scoop by Loomer, and he's going to take it home to first. James Stacy does go to home, though. It's a RBI for Lazar. On what is a sacrifice fielder's choice, and the Warhawks add a little more cushion to their lead. It's now 13-5. 2 outs, and Carter Snow now steps into the batter's box. 1 for 1. He's walked and scored a run, and singled and scored a run. Also drove in 2 on that, or 1 in that on that particular play. So the Warhawks lead it 13-5 against the Chateauguay Blue Sox. And that one hit hard on a rope. It's scooped up. They're going to throw to first. And Loomer gets him. And meanwhile, coming home to score is Cade Stacy, and they beat it out at first. Good scoop over at second base. I mean, that one was just hit on a rope by Snow. It's 14-5 now, Warhawks. What a knockdown at second base, though, by Sabelli. It's 14-5 Warhawks as ball one misses. Oh. Ball misses. 14-5 Warhawks on top of the Blue Sox. Here's the pitch. That misses in the dirt. 3 balls. The Kahnawake Warhawks leading this one by a score of 14-5 over the Chateauguay Blue Sox. As the sun starting to set on a beautiful July day, a late July day. That's ball 4. And a walk issued out to Lexi LeClaire. And Jackson Norton will step in to bat. He's 0 for 1. He has walked twice, which forced in 1 run, so he's got an RBI. He's also scored twice in the game. Ball 1 on Norton. So I believe if he gets forced out here, would be pitching in the next inning. 2 outs, 2 runners on. That's in there. Good pitch. Strike 1. Good pitch there from Jose Galindo. Now Galindo sets. Wheeling and dealing. That's the ball off the plate, 2-1. The pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss to Norton. It's ball 4, and that'll load the bases for Sugo Nigorawis Daibo. He is 3 for 3. He's doubled and drove in. He's doubled, tripled, and singled, and has driven in 5 runs in this game. So having a chance to go for hit number 4 on the afternoon. And he makes good contact here, but fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Catch all Warhawks action all season long here on Baby Blue Memories. Of course, we've seen Mosquito, the Blue Hawks, and the Red Hawks do battle last Monday. And the Warhawks 1 and 2 go head-to-head. Maybe seeing some Bantam and Midget Warhawks baseball on Saturday. And that's off the plate. It evens the count. 1-1. Good contact. Knocked down by Loomer. Misses the tag, the throw. And Daibo gets there in time. Wow, Loomer with a great snag at first base, but Anyway, we're coming back. That's it. That forced in another run. So it's a 10-run win for the Warhawks, 15-5. How about Sagonigarawi's Daibo? Have yourself a ball game, my friend. 4 for 4 and 6 runs driven in as Kahnawake takes this one by a final count of 15-5. Warhawks now 2-0-1, and obviously the next time these two teams play, it'll be a little bit more interesting as the Blue Sox were short 2 players today. As we'll see, the closest thing I believe we'll have to a handshake this season. You see a salute. No handshakes now at the end of the games due to Corona, but the Warhawks get to 2-0-1, winning this one over the Chateauguay Blue Sox by a final score of 15-5. We'll come back with maybe some more Thursday night baseball. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brandon Bordeaux for Baby Blue Memories. We're out of here. Kahnawake.